Hello, I am Jenny McKenna with McKenna Property Management. Today is January 30th, 2019. We are going to be walking the property here at 7921 Laurena. Now this is a very cute townhouse community. Stone Canyon is kind of how I reference it. We have actually rehabbed quite a few of these and they have always been great rentals. So as we walk through, we'll tell you what cosmetically I believe needs to be done in order to get you a top-notch tenant. I will not be speaking to anything pertaining to what works and what doesn't work. That is something that is done with the inspection. So first off, we have a little bit of touch-up paint that needs to happen around the garage door. It looks like through the weather and maybe somebody coming in with too tall of a car. We've just got that needs to get cleaned up. We'll also power wash the garage door so that it has just another fresh look to it. As we come up to the front door itself, this was something else. In person, this doesn't bother me so much. In the video, it actually showed a lot more. I am okay with leaving that for right now. If the HOA says anything about it, we'll come through and we'll retexture it, but it's not going to stop us or hinder us from getting a great tenant, so I'm not worrying about doing anything with that.
John will paint this whole thing for free.
Okay, so we'll get this looking really good from that standpoint. Right here is the front door. I do want to show that there's a couple things here. This is the front, this is your first impression. So I want to make sure that this first impression actually really grabs you. So I want to have a nice, new, fresh, clean, painted door along with the door trim. So all this will get freshened up. We are going to have to put on some new keys, so we might as well get a fresh door, fresh deadbolt in here because we have to get the new keys anyways. When you step in here, one of the things is there's a smell. It's definitely an odor of a cat is what I think. I have a very sensitive nose to cats, and that's what I'm believing this is. We are going to need to get our carpet guy to come in and do what's called a grout cleaning. I normally don't recommend that because it's like opening Pandora's box. The minute you start to clean this up, you're going to realize how light this grout is supposed to be, and then you have to make sure you do it on every part of this ceramic tile. So what we're going to need to do is do it once, and then we'll probably not do it again. If the tenants want it when they move in, that could be at their expense. But for right now, to start the tenancy, we do need to clean up this grout and get this grout really clean so the smell goes away. There are 3 windows behind us. All 3 of those are going to need to get new 2.5-inch white faux blinds. I am not going to mess with the top 3 windows. We are going to clean up the masking tape that's on that window just so it's fresh and clean. However, we're not going to mess with any custom blinds. We are going to remove what was there as the drapery rod. So once we paint the entire property, that will come down. So envision the full paint, and we're going to do that in every bedroom on every wall. The walls themselves will be a nice soft tan. The baseboards will stay white. The ceiling stays white. And then all the door frames and stairwell will all be white. So it'll feel really good when you come in here. The ceramic tile that they've laid actually will go really well with our normal paint that we do on the walls. One of the things that I just do not like, that not many people will like, is this marble that they have done around this fireplace. It just doesn't go well with the ceramic tile. It's going to look ugly when we get the paint on the walls. So I'm requesting that this be completely removed. And then what I would like is I would like to see some rock. And they've got a lot of it in many, many photographs that you can look at, which is just this rock face that goes around the outside of the fireplaces. Everybody seems to like it, and then we will just hopefully have enough tile that we can remove this marble piece and then just let the bottom be exactly what this ceramic tile is here. So ceramic tile up to the face of the fireplace, and then the rock stone front. I think it will look really nice. Then we'll come on in through here. We'll leave that ceiling fan, so that ceiling fan is fine. In here, again, kind of an inexpensive ceiling fan, but it'll work fine for a rental. In here, it's just basically we need the vertical blinds to be reinstalled. These are all warped and they're not working quite right. Out here on the patio, excuse me, trying to get over a cough. I need to get all of this green, whatever's been able to grow out here, we need it removed, and then we need a weed barrier installed, and then just a little bit of river rock. You're not going to need that much, but we want to make sure that this has a finished look to it, so we are going to want to put some river rock all along here. That's really all that has to happen out back. So the walls still look good, stucco still looks good, so no issues there. So now we're going to get to the heart of the rehab. So we've talked about doing the full paint. We are going to need new carpet on the stairs and all upstairs, so the flooring will be taken care of. We're going to clean the grout, but now we need to get some pop and some wow factor in here. These are very, very dated. This gives you that definite 1980s feel whenever you see this whitewash kind of cabinet. I am suggesting that we paint this. We paint this in espresso, which is a darker color. We will then replace any of these gold dated handles, and we will put in the brushed nickel, and then that way we'll still leave this look. We're just going to have it be modernized with what everybody's doing with their cabinets now. So imagine this entire kitchen all with the darker cabinets. We are going to want to put a lighter granite countertop down. So the countertop that I'm thinking has got some tan in it. It's got a little bit of white, a little bit of speckled black, so it should bring everything together. We are going to get a stainless steel sink, a gooseneck faucet, and then we will remove this mechanism here, which is an Insta-Hot. There's no reason, in fact, it doesn't even have the canisters down there, but there's no reason to have that in a rental. So this kitchen will get a complete makeover as far as cabinets, countertops, sink, and then this dishwasher will be fine. However, this has kind of reached its life. You can see it's scratched everywhere. It's a very inexpensive range top anyways, so I'm suggesting that we get a new stove range top. It can be the white and black, that's fine, because I am going to ask that we get rid of this and we put in the Space Saver microwave. There is one that John has been able to find for this small of a space. I'm requesting that it be black. Hopefully there is black, and then that way it'll kind of pull everything together. This fridge works out okay, so we will be able to keep that fridge. We will also be able to keep, as long as they're working, this washer and dryer set, so we won't have to replace the washer dryer set. Up above here, there was definite evidence of some kind of leak. John is going to go ahead and retexture that a little bit better so that it's not so obvious. And then that'll finish out this laundry room area. Here in the garage, thank you, we've got mirrors on both sides, which I'm sure he used this or somebody used this as an exercise facility. When we have it as a rental, it is too much of a liability. So you can imagine if there was a little kid in here and let's say they opened up the car door and they cracked a couple of these, we've got serious potential of little kids scraping their hand, their back, their arm. We want to get rid of all these mirrors. So mirrors on this wall, mirrors on that wall. We will get the garage back to the integrity of just the normal painted walls that we like in a garage. We are going to want to get rid of this water softening system, so that will just get removed and capped off. And there was a little bit of a water leak of some kind or staining of some kind up here, so we'll just keep an eye out on that, and hopefully that's not going to present itself with anything more. Alright, so that is the garage in here. And John, we can do a power wash in here too, just to kind of get rid of all this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it'll still have the stains, but we're going to be able to power wash to get rid of all of that. So that is the downstairs, the backyard area, and the garage. So now let's take you, let's do our half bath, because there's a few things in here that we discussed. So we are going to want to paint that cabinet, and we're going to want to put the matching granite with the new sink. I do believe that faucet we can live with, and so we don't have to purchase a new faucet. And then once we put new light bulbs in there, we should be fine. So that one's just more about cabinets and countertop. downstairs is going to offer 2 master suites, which is always a nice feature when it comes to a rental. But this carpet's got to go. One, it's just stained and it smells, but secondly, it's got the shade of purple. So not a lot of people are into purple when it comes to carpet. We want to get it a little bit more neutralized. So we will be installing a standard, not too dark of a brown, but it's got enough darkness that it'll cover up some spots. So in here, we're talking about getting a new window treatment. We'll get rid of any of those drapery rods. Of course, this is a full paint, so all the little things on the walls from their big flat screen TV, that'll get all protected or fixed and painted. In here, everything looks good as far as the closet doors. Now we get to a point where something occurred here that we don't really want with a tenant. So I want to get this flooring ripped out, make sure that we have a good integrity on the baseboard or this floorboard, and then I'm requesting that we put in laminate planks. The laminate planks are a little lighter, so they're a little easier to put up on a second level, and they're also kind of industrial waterproof is what they make now. So it would be really nice to have some kind of a waterproof flooring up here. We'll put some new caulking along this bathtub in this area. Of course, this will all be painted. This cabinet will be painted. We'll get new granite countertop here with a new sink. So that's what this bathroom is in need of. And then we will come out to our second master, which is this direction. And we are going to request similar. We're going to want a new blinds on this, that 2.5-inch faux wood, white, lined here. I do believe it's very easy to find a little light kit that can go with this fan. That way we would have an overhead light in this room as well. We will paint all the walls. We'll get rid of any of this extra cable anywhere. And then we come in here and we're kind of faced with the same problem. So we have a big chip here where we have grouting that is getting removed. We have a baseboard that I think needs to be replaced here and a couple little areas in the front entry that don't look very good. So I don't think this was done in a good professional manner. So since we're redoing the flooring over there, my suggestion is let's redo the flooring in here so both baths are the same. We put down that plank laminate flooring and then that way this and that bathroom will match. I just believe this needs a good scrubbing in here with some new caulking. This cabinet will get painted, countertop with new granite, and then actually this sink and faucet look really good. So they're going to give you a new sink, but we can definitely use those faucets. Light bulbs that are burnt out will all be put back with working light bulbs. Any kind of squiggly light bulbs, that'll all be replaced with a normal standard light bulb. So that way we start uniform as a rental. Other than that, those are the only big things that I see. All these doorknobs that have locking doorknob capabilities, we want to change out to unlocking. So on that right there and just on that one. So this one is a non-locking, so this one would work out okay. I just don't like the key locking one because then they bang down the door frame. All right, other than that, those are the things. There is quite a bit of work, but I think when it's all said and done, this place is going to really have a clean, fresh feel to it. And it does generate about $1,300 in rent. So when you take that into consideration, this is a great investment. A little bit of work up front, but then the money coming in on the long run. All right, that's all.